All right. Hey, happy Tuesday, everyone. Russ McCann coming to you live with What the Heck is Going On? Hey, we're super excited. It's a beautiful day here in Northern California. I'm not sure where you're at. If you'd like, this is an interactive live, meaning I can see your comments. So if you wouldn't mind dropping in a comment, just saying hello or hanging out with me and interacting with me, that'd be great. We are streaming live in Facebook and over on YouTube on my YouTube channel. And so, really super excited for you. I went through back in November, I think I did 30 days live with Russ McCann. Every day I went live and I had to come up with something to talk about. And it was a blast. We had a great time. I've been using a new technology for my lives over in social media. And so I've been practicing a little bit. And so today is a little bit more practice on how to use this technology. Anyway, welcome to my Facebook Live. So if you are watching this in replay, pretend you're watching it live and interact with me in the comments section of the post. So needless to say, a lot has been going on with Russ McCann over the last 6 months or so, but particularly the last 3 weeks. And for those of you that have been following me on social media, many of you know already that on 4th of July, I fell down some stairs here at the house and I ended up going into the hospital, right? And so I went into the hospital on the 4th of July. On the 5th of July, I had surgery and I was let out of the hospital on the 6th. And so, needless to say, what I did was I ripped the muscles off my kneecap, and I think I tore one of the tendons or ligaments or something like that. And they sewed all of that back to my kneecap, and now I have to keep my leg straight. I have to keep my leg straight now for the next 4 weeks. So it's 6 weeks in total. So I went to the doctor and I got this handy dandy new little brace that makes me walk like a peg leg, right? So like a pirate. Arr! And so, needless to say, there has been a lot going on. So, I wanted to say hi to Valerie. Valerie is in the house. Valerie is a good friend of mine over in our eCam community. As I was talking about the technology that I'm using, so I'm using eCam, which is a piece of software that is absolutely fantastic. And I took a couple of training courses from Adrian Salisbury and Valerie, and all of the people over there in the eCam fam community have been a part of my growth and development. So, Valerie, thanks for being here. And then it looks like we've also got Yvette in the house. What's up, Russ? How are you? Hey, I'm doing fantastic now that I know that you're here. And yep, it's been absolutely an interesting couple of weeks. So, one more comment and then I'll keep going. So, Valerie says, I missed the first part of what you said happened to you. Oh, so Valerie, I fell down a couple of steps in my house getting ready to serve 4th of July brisket, right? I love smoking meat on the Traeger, and I had a nice brisket. It was all ready to be carved up, and I was coming down the stairs in the house, and I slipped on a step. I missed a step. My body went one way, my leg went another, and I ended up at the bottom of the stairs just moaning in pain because once the muscles ripped off the kneecap, I couldn't lift my leg and it hurt like hell. And I called 911. They brought the ambulance and whisked me off to the hospital. A couple of days of surgery. They let me out. And yeah, so Valerie, that picture of me is, I think last Friday, I got the stitches removed and they gave me a new brace. And yep, you're absolutely right. It is. I'm not kidding you, Valerie. It's been interesting. Needless to say, I do not recuperate very well. Can I just say that? For those of you that know me, I'm super active. I'm super hyper. I'm always out in the yard. I'm always doing something. I can't sit still. I can't just watch TV. I can't just be on my computer. I got to get outside and do things. And this has been kind of hard. So yeah, Val, no more steps for me. That's really hard. So I don't know if you know, Val, we live on a hill, and so if it's not steps, it's climbing up and down the hill. Even just to go to the swimming pool, I have to go down a couple of flights of stairs, like going down to the beach. And but needless to say, once I recover, I'll be doing fine. But you know what? I'm not getting any younger. That's for sure. So you know what, Val? I did not ruin the brisket, although the family had brisket without me because I was in the hospital. And so what's interesting about that, and that's one of the things that one of the heck of the things that are going on is that a couple of days ago, yes, I made a makeup brisket. And so what a makeup brisket is when you can't have brisket, um, when you're supposed to, you go make another one. So Denise and I went down to Costco. We got this nice big brisket. We trimmed it all up. We seasoned it all up, and then we put it on the Traeger. And I don't know about if you know Val, but when you put things on the Traeger, especially a brisket that takes 14 hours to smoke, you actually do that in the middle of the night. And so what I did was I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 actually, and put the brisket on and roasted it all night, almost all day, smoked it, low temperature, lots of great smoke and seasoning. And then, and what's great about it, Val, is that we've actually had brisket every night for the last 3 nights. This was a picture of the first brisket, the first night that we carved it up. Nice smoke ring, absolutely wonderful flavor with the Caesar salad. So lean and green, trying to keep it as healthy as we can. Brisket was lean, so that was great. And then I had a brisket salad last night, and I think we did a brisket sandwich one night. And so, yep, it was absolutely amazing. And you know what? So if ever, Valerie, you're here in Northern California and you get to come over, you can come over. We'll do a brisket or try to, we'll smoke some beef. So anyway, so that's kind of what is going on here at the McCann house. So I just wanted to also say, Valerie and Yvette, and anybody that's joining me on my live, by the way, feel free to drop in the chat. I can see your comments and interact with you, and that's always great. And Val is terrific for that. But anyway, I wanted to just let you know that I bought a smoker for Denise. So Denise went down to our oldest son, her oldest son Paul's house down in San Diego, and he was smoking a bunch of meat. And Mom fell in love with smoked meats, and so she gave me a call and she says, "You're getting a Traeger." Because I love smoked brisket and smoked tri-tip and whatever. And so so I went out and bought a Traeger for Denise. Yes, it is for Denise. And so yeah. Oh, hey, that would be fun, Valerie. You and Paul come on over to the house and we'll do a little brisket. I'm sure that would be great. That would be a fun way. I know you got a chance to meet Paul for the first time a few weeks back. So who knows? We're all going to get a chance to meet at some point here. So anyway, I got really into smoked meats, and I got an apron, and I put a logo on the apron. So I need some votes. So whether you are listening live or you are watching in replay, I want you to help me vote on the logo that I've created for my barbecue restaurant here at the house, which means it's just me and my friends, right? So the first logo that I came up with, Valerie and Yvette, wait for it. So here is the first logo, right? So look at that, it's got a spatula, a couple barbecuing tools. It's called Rusty's Smokehouse Barbecue, El Dorado Hills, California, since 2023. So that was the first initial design. Created that over in Canva, right? Don't you like my Canva skills? So that's we're going to call that logo A, right? So that's logo A, and here is logo B. And so love to get your vote. So Yvette loves smoked meats too, man. It's hard not to like brisket and barbecue, and we even did some ribs and brisket. We actually did some ham. So out of all of the things that I've smoked at Rusty's Smokehouse Barbecue, one of the things that did not turn out was hamburgers, surprisingly enough, mainly because Denise does not like a thick hamburger. She likes it really thin, and it just didn't do well. So I've done a juicy, thick smoked hamburger on the Traeger, and it was really, really good. But the original thin burgers for Denise, remember, this is Denise's Traeger that we're working on. And anyway, just didn't quite work out so well. She ate it and she said it tasted good, but I just don't think it was as good as it could have been. So, okay. So Valerie, so here's some votes coming in. Valerie says, I like logo B, simple and clean. And yeah, and after I did logo A, which was a little bit busier, maybe that's my Texas version of the barbecue logo. This one might be the California version, a little bit bistro-ish, barbecue-ish bistro, right? So anyway, I thought that was kind of fun. And let's see, Yvette likes logo A. So we've got a vote for logo A and a vote for logo B. And you know what? All of you that are watching, feel free to cast your votes. We are over in YouTube and my YouTube channel, and we are over on Facebook. But if you're watching this in recording or replay, I need a vote A and a vote B so I can narrow this down. Secretly, I was telling some of my friends that I want to have the logo cut out, laser cut out in steel, and have it mounted to the side of my house by the brisket area. So I don't know if Denise is going to let me do that or not. But anyway, that's kind of one of my visions. So let me show that picture again, because this is kind of that brisket Traeger barbecue area. And just to the right side of that, there's this nice big white wall that logo would be absolutely terrific on. So anyway, so there's a little bit about what's going on in my neck of the woods. So let me kind of shut things down here and get back to normal. So how's everybody doing? Yeah. So Yvette's laughing at me. She says, yeah, Russ would put a barbecue logo on the side of his house. Hey, well, actually, John Mark, which is Denise's youngest son, thought it would be fun to actually put the logo on there, and then as we're smoking meats, have the smoke etch its design into the wall and then remove the logo, so it's just the outline in smoke, right? So anyway, so this is what goes on in my brain and in my world. We try to have a little bit of fun. We don't get too serious. Life is good, and that's why I deemed our live today. What the heck is going on? I'm going to try to do this every Tuesday at noon. Get into the regular routine of doing it. We always have a lot of fun when we get together. So we've got an audience over in YouTube and on Facebook. And hey, thanks for all the loves and likes and comments. Always love that. So what else has been going on? So yesterday, which was Monday, the 24th of July, I had the honor and privilege to host a national web broadcast for our company. Many of you know I'm a certified health coach and business leader. And I was so honored to have Bob Gaffney and Pam Miller. Bob is a fitness, he owned a couple of fitness clubs over in Baltimore. And then Pam Miller, who was also my guest on last night's broadcast in our national broadcast, is a good friend of mine. I've known her for 27 years. She and I worked together at Cisco Food Services that we both have retired from since. And anyway, I had a great time hosting the national broadcast. And our topic for the broadcast was lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. Who wouldn't want that, right? Lifelong transformation, meaning you've transformed over a lifetime. You've become the better version of yourself. And you've done it by creating one healthy habit at a time. So eating right, sleeping right, drinking more water, doing things with meaning and purpose, having a great support system surrounding you with lots of uplifting, positive encouragement, and not only becoming the best version of yourself, but sharing your positive self with other people so that you influence their life. And that was kind of the theme of the live broadcast yesterday. So yeah, that was exactly a great time that we had. And so I wanted to just kind of share one of the things that I talked about, and I'm going to switch screens here a little bit. So this was one of the slides. I shared a little bit about my own story. About 16 years ago, I was a vice president with Cisco Food Services, overweight, stressed out, not taking very good care of myself. I was a little short, fat guy. And I say that in the loving term, but the reality is when you are 5'2" and you weigh 225 pounds, you're kind of a roly-poly, right? And, the guys in the office made fun of me a little bit. They called me Bob's big boy, right? With the burger and the big fat belly and the red and white checkered apron. So that was kind of my nickname. and I didn't really like that. I much prefer Rusty. And so, needless to say, I decided to you know, take my health serious. So I got started on a plan. I became a coach. I lost 85 pounds. And that was 16 years ago. And here I am. I turned 65 coming up in a week. Happy birthday to me. I made it. And at 65, I'm in better shape now at 65 than I was in my late 40s. Absolutely, for sure. I feel better because I'm active. I feel better because I eat right. I feel better because I get a good night's rest. I feel better because I get to be around some amazing people just like you. And so I shared a little bit about my story. And then I went from there and I talked a little bit about leaving your life nothing to chance. In other words, leave nothing to chance. When your health is a priority, when your health matters, do not leave anything to chance. And I really believe in this organizing your life around what matters most to you. I think many of us give up too much of our life to our job, our career, to raising our family, to all the other people that have their demands put on us, right? And so we don't get to live our life because we're actually helping somebody else live their own life. So I really truly believe that we can organize our life around what matters most. And you're absolutely right, Yvette, is we are truly blessed when we get to surround ourselves with really like-minded people. So as I was sharing last night on our web broadcast, one of the things I start with is whatever it is you're going to focus on to improve your life, whatever it is, eating right, going to the gym, starting a new career, doing things that you find that give you peace and energy and positive vibes, make the decision and get into action, right? So don't just think about it. Don't just wish that it could happen. Actually make it happen. Get into action, but make a decision. Set some goals, make a decision, get into action. And don't let anything or anyone stand in the way of what it is you're trying to create. So I've seen so many times people get started on improving their health, and then somebody will say something to them and it'll totally derail them. And all they do is go back to their old habits. It scares them that they are breaking away from the pack. So we are like the 5 people that we spend the most time with. So maybe look around and see, who do you spend time with, right? And you are probably more like them than you are different because you do a lot of the same things. You socialize together. Maybe when you get together, you complain about the same stuff. Maybe you eat the same thing. Maybe you don't exercise, or maybe you do. Maybe you exercise. And you do that with the 5 people that you hang around with most. They can be a positive influence, right? But all it takes is for somebody to break away from the pack and work to improve their life. The other 4 people are going to be bringing them back in, saying, oh, no, you can't break away from us. And so we have people in our life that stand in the way. They bring us down. Do you have people in your life that bring you down? Love to, I know I did. I try to remove those people from my life if they bring me down. And you know what? You want to make sure that you're not the one bringing them down too, right? What do they say? Do you light up a room when you arrive, or do you light up the room when you leave? That's always the one that I went, hopefully I light it up when I arrive. But needless to say, don't let anything or anyone stand in your way. Sometimes what stands in our way is we don't have a plan. We'll create a plan. Sometimes we need some finances to get our dream off the ground. Well, guess what? Work towards saving that money so that you can get off the ground. So anyway, I just encourage people, don't let anything stand in your way. All right. Focus on what you are creating, not the sacrifices that you're making. Meaning, as you're working to improve and create your dream, whether it be a health dream, a fitness dream, a career dream, a life dream, a relationship dream, whatever it is, sometimes there is a sacrifice. Sometimes there are some obstacles. But you know what? When you are creating the life that you want, you have a blank slate and you get to draw and create the life that you want. So make sure that you focus on the creation, not the problem solving. Because when we focus on solving a problem or fixing something that's not going good, we can do that, but it's only temporary. When we create something, it becomes permanent. So also make a daily commitment to stay on track. So Certainly, this is more of a health related one for many of my clients. But I encourage people the night before they go to bed, that they write down on a note paper, maybe a little sticky note or a 3x5 card, what they're committing to in the following day, whether it be following their meal plan, drinking their water, staying on plan, staying on track. Maybe it's some physical activity. Maybe it's going for that walk. Whatever it is they've committed to, stay on track the following day. You're making your commitments the night before so that you can stay on track in the next day. Also, don't do it alone. We find that people that try to accomplish a goal and do it alone without consulting other people, without mentoring, without coaching, without guidance, without a friend doing it with them, they tend to not follow through. But so if Val, we were going to go on a walk, and we were going to say, okay, Val, I'll meet you at 6 a.m. and we're going to go walk the neighborhood. Why don't we meet up at the park, right? How likely is it at 5:30 when the alarm goes off, am I going to hit the snooze button and go back to bed, leaving you alone at the park? I'm not going to do that because I made a commitment that I'm going to get up early and I'm going to meet you at the park and we're going to walk. So we do that together. But if it's just me and I wake up and it's too sunny, too rainy, too cold, too hot, I'm tired, I'm not, whatever it is, we're going to come up with an excuse to not do it because we have no skin in the game, right? And then surround yourself with people that lift you up. We've talked a lot about that. And then the obstacle is the way. You are going to have an obstacle, right? So you go to the park, Val doesn't show up, right? No, man, I'm going to go back to bed. No, don't let the fact that someone else didn't show up at the park keep you from doing the thing that you wanted to do in the first place. And don't quit. Don't ever give up on your dreams. And we just find that these are some underlying principles that are around leave nothing to chance in every aspect, whether it's think about all of these things that I've laid out and think about improving relationships or improving a career or improving your health or really having a stronger relationship with your kids. You know, these principles follow through in just about every aspect of life. So that's what we did last night. So actually, we did it Friday. We did it live on Friday. We recorded it and it replayed yesterday as if it was live. Lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time, and it was absolutely fantastic. We had a really, really good time together. So let's go back over and see what's going on over in the chat. Again, this is interactive. Feel free to join me by dropping in some comments, letting me know that you are here with me during the what the heck is going on, because I want to know what the heck is going on with you, right? So the follow through on the commitment is huge. Absolutely. So if you don't follow through with the things you commit to, then we're going to go back to our old habits. I think of a promise or a commitment that we make to our children, Valerie, is that if you promise your kids that you're going to go to the park after dinner, right? I promise you, if you eat all your dinner, we're gonna go to the park. And they eat all their dinner, and you go, I don't really feel like going to the park. Well, you just broke the promise to your children, and most parents are going to do whatever they need to because they promised and committed to their children that they were going to do that. But sometimes when we promise or commit to ourselves, we let ourselves down or off the hook, right? We want to say, hey, we're going to give ourselves grace. And what we do is we let ourselves off the hook. And so I try not to make a lot of promises or commitments. What I encourage clients to do is to focus on what impact are you making on your own life and the lives of other people. So yeah, kids kind of make you stick to your stuff, right? Absolutely. And so that is true. So anyway, super excited about what's going on in my life. It sounds like there's a lot of good things going on in yours as well. Anybody going on a vacation? Anybody doing something fun? Anybody accomplishing an amazing goal that you set out? I'd love to know that. So if you're listening either live or recording, just drop in the comments and we will make sure to respond. And, you know, if you are needing guidance and mentorship as it relates to health, maybe you're looking for a meal plan, maybe you're looking to lose a little bit of weight, maybe you're looking to overall improve your health, and you want to know a little bit more about what I do as a coach, no obligation, no pressure ever. Just reach out to me and we'll spend a little time and I'll just share my experience with you. And if what I do is a good fit, great. I'd love to work with you and partner with you. But again, I have so many friends in social media that I've talked to over the years that have either decided to do my program, work with me or not. And we are still great friends to this day. I have several that I've reached out to in a live just like this. And, we actually hang out together. So, Yvette, I should have come over there with you in the YouTube neighborhood. Yeah, we are in YouTube and over on Facebook. So, all right. So let's go ahead and land the plane. I don't want to tie this up all afternoon, but I wanted to accomplish a couple of things. I wanted to share with people what the heck is going on. I've had so many people go, "What happened to your leg? What's the story? What happened to you? How are you doing? How are you feeling?" And one of the overwhelming questions is, did the brisket make it? Right? So the brisket made it, and we've actually done a makeup brisket. I love that term. We did a makeup brisket. There's a lot going on in life right now as people are getting back to school and getting back to patterns as we begin to look towards fall. I know we still have August. I know it's really weird to have kids going back to school in July. Back when I was in school, it was pretty traditional. We got out, in June, and we didn't go back until September. And so summer vacation was really a summer vacation. But I guess educators have determined that we lost too much of what we learned over the summer and we had to learn it all over again. So, needless to say, I'm going to be going live every Tuesday. What the heck is going on with Russ? And I'd love to have you just come and join me and come and hang out. And from time to time, I'll bring on a guest and we'll bring on some other people and have them share what the heck's going on in their life. I always love doing that. And maybe Valerie and Yvette, we can get you to come on and share with us. So, you know what? You guys go have an amazing day, and we'll see you on another version of What the Heck is Going On next Tuesday. And in the meantime, reach out anything we can do to help. So you guys go out and have a great day.